live, are we? Yeah? Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're now on part 2 of day 9, talking about game state. But I've added something to it. Game state 3D, because we're going to have to do 3D. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So what I've decided to do now is work out what a game state is and what it isn't. We're going to have to define it sometime, and that definition will probably be the basis for everything that we do. It will control how the whole world reacts. It will be a set of data. So that is what it is. It is a set of data. Ooh, something's not quite right here. Pen, maybe? Yeah. Here we go. Right. It is a set of data when altered affects the game. And that's what it's going to be. Now, we can't do this if we don't structure the game. So it is the game here, this part here, is the important bit. Okay? So we need the game. Let's have the game at the center, shall we? So the game. Because that's what this is all about. This is a bit that I want to program. The data, or the set of data that we can alter, or the game state, is the data. So we're going to call that the data. And we need a third part to conclude all of that. And what we're going to call that is, let's see now, how about the input? We'll put that here. Yeah, we'll put that over here. So let's have input, yeah, the input. Yeah, here. Oops, that's wrong. No, let's do that properly. The input. And over here we will have a set of game rules. There is something else, isn't there? The network. Okay, let's start putting boxes around these because that's what we need now. There we go. Let's pop one round this one. Everything should have a box. It's got boundaries. None of the boundaries touch. And that's the whole point to this. So we've got the rule of 3, which is what makes a program. Well, actually it's 1, 2, 3. It's gone that way this time. The network and the game rules are extras. There is some persistence. Where do we put persistence? Do we put it anywhere? No, I think we're done with that. So we should have, in theory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different programs. Wow. Each separate, not necessarily knowing about the other. Yeah. So lines of communication are game to network, data to game, data, no, game to game rules, obviously. Put that in there. There. Okay. Do the game rules ever go to the network? No. Does the input ever go to the network? No. So these two are arrows in that direction. This one is a possible. Okay. That's one way. All right. There is one missing. The output. Where do we put the output? Well, it could go down here, but it's going to have to go up here. I knew there was something missing here. And the output comes from the network. Or the game. We have a choice. We have a choice to make. We have a decision. Our first decision. The network is going to transfer data between the game and the server. So the network holds the server. So we could put server here as well. I'm going to put local. Because there can be an outside server as well. And that means I can do that now. Which means the game the game is nothing to do with the output. Also means that the local server can hand off the output to something else. The input has nothing to do with the output. They're totally disconnected. That's good. Makes it very hard to cheat in a game. if you can't directly affect the output. Unless you can circumvent going through here, or going that way. You'd have to go that way to that point there, and that point there isn't accessible from here. So that's good. So access is all in one direction. As you can see, the input goes in only in one direction, so there's a breaking line here. That only goes in one direction, so there's a breaking line all the way down here. Physical break. Game rules, one direction. Input, one direction. Yeah, so that's a physical break. Down there. What I'm also going to suggest are two more physical breaks. One across here. Total physical boundaries. And one across here. There we go. I can continue around the corner there. And this continues over here. There we go. Done. We have been done. We need physical boundaries. Without it, the game state can be manipulated or easily rejigged to not make sense. So what happens here is that all the data is collected, the game forwards that onto the network or the local server. The local server is the definitive output and will output the result that it decides upon. The game and the game rules can make choices, but the network and the local server are the final stamp of approval. If they say something can happen, it can happen. If it says no to any of the data, then it's not going to happen. And that is how you can flow the data. You can already see a pattern. And that pattern would go from input over here, straight through the game and the game rules into the data. The data would get it back through the game on a separate path. This is where you can actually get unique, because it can be doing two things at once now, the game, because it's coming from different places, and it can that can be split in two, and that can get it to the server and to the output. So there is a possibility of having two threads. That I still don't like. So can we get the data to the network and then the output bypassing the game? That's interesting. It's an interesting thought. Let's just think about that for a second. So if the input can alter the data, the game can't alter the data. The game rules can. only under exceptional circumstances can the input, that would be like administrator or something like that. If they wish to close the game down, they would have to alter something in the data that signifies that the local server should shut the game down, and the local server is then responsible for shutting the game down, which obviously means the output means that the input has to fire that off twice to shut the game down and the game rules. I'm not happy with this design. Already for shutting it down, we've got two things trying to shut the system down. I think I found it. So let's get an eraser. Oh well, never mind. Disappeared more than I wanted it to. That would alter that one. There we go. That looks more interesting. Still follows the rules. Now you only have to fire off one to shut down. And that can come from the admin. Or testers, or whatever, if it's a test server. Can any of these be... Yes, they can. They can all be tested separately. The data can be tested separately, the input can be tested separately, the game can be tested separately, the game rules can be tested separately. The local server and the network can be tested separately, and the output can be tested separately. We win. Done it. I just had two parts in the wrong way round. Yeah. The game doesn't need access to the network. The data does. Because what you could actually do, that is a reverse call from the server. The server can pick up the data whenever it wants and feed it out to your output as many times a second as it wants. Or it can feed it onto the network, the external network, to be picked up by a central server for a MMO, multiplayer. So this is a multiplayer game setup. So what you would have is more inputs coming in. So there's your client. So that's client. Client 2 is just another input. Yeah. I think that's as close as I'm going to get for a prototype. Wow. That's not a lot of programming, is it now? I've got the network. I've got most of the output. The input's easy. The data will present itself. The game is easy. We've already shown that. We've already got the game working. We've got the network input and output. We don't have the data or the game rules. That's all we're missing. So that's what we're going to do next. The first thing to do is fix the problem with the rest of it. Split it all up into its component parts. And then we need to write the data and the game rules. Finally, a plan. Alright, let's get a piece of paper for this. So I've got the output. Local server. My pencil's running out. Data. Game rules. So we haven't done that badly. The game and the input. Okay, just putting the boxes on now. That arrow went that way. That arrow goes back to there, that one goes to there, that one goes to there, that one goes to there. We'll put one there, and we'll put one there. And of course there's one that I've missed off. And that is that one that is to the outside. So, yeah. I think we've got a game. Now to do that, we are going to need bits and pieces split down. So I need to work on that next. Okay. Network we've already got. We haven't got the input. We've got the game. And we haven't got the output. Okay. Right, what we got? Let's have a look. We have got the MMO client, which according to this should be the input. Okay. The MMO SDK should be network. Rename. Okay. So all I'm going to do is introduce the word network. Okay. So that's our network. We've got a server. We've actually got those two separate. That's fine. So what are we missing? Hey, who's just popped up here? Whoops. Just want to pick it up and move it. Burke. Hello there. Oh, right. That'd be ace. I know. It's funny. I'll check that out. Shout out to you, mate. Thank you. I will definitely check that out. I need to make a note. So, check out what we ask. Yeah. 373. URL. Okay. Something I'll do a bit later. Right, because I've got a lot to do at the moment. As you can see, I've just designed myself a full MMO. What do we need now? So, have we got an output? No, we haven't. Who's controlling the output at the moment? It's the game. So what can we call the output? We've called the input client. GUI? GUI? Is the input part of the game? Ooh, now I've asked a question. I want GUI. I definitely want a GUI. So one of these two, well, these two put together is GUI, isn't it? Oh god, it's late again. Why does it keep moving stuff? Thank you. GUI. Oh, that looks rubbish. That looks rubbish, Blades. Get it together. Do it properly. Okay, so I want a GUI. Let's have one of those. Let's make a GUI. New folder. MMO GUI. Oops, don't put that in. Complains. There we are, we've now got an MMO GUI. So I'm happier now. So let's see how many ticks we've got so far. We have a tick. So now I'll put it in the box. A tick, game, tick, tick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can use these 4 for that. That isn't just an SDK though. That is network. Rename. I thought I'd have just done that one. Mustn't have done it. Do we need the word? Oh. Okay, that's why. Now can we do it? I'm going to get rid of SDK altogether, can't I? That's a non-place, though. GUI's not the right thing either. No, that's wrong. That is definitely wrong. Let's get an eraser. Blaze is having a moment of panic. That's your 3D. If I can write it. That's your 3D. That's your GUI. Right. Will that work better? So, MMO 3D. We haven't got that. We've got the GUI. Folder. MMO. Just call it 3D. Yeah, that'll do. MMO data. We haven't got that one. We don't seem to have any game rules. Right. Right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1 is 7. Correct. Yeah. I'm just wondering whether I can tie network into the server or not. No. Well, got to keep it separate because I haven't added TCP yet. I've only got UDP in there. Right. That's settled. Lovely. That's going to alter things slightly. Because I've now got to decide where to put things. Excellente. So, thank you for that. Wow. Somebody's taken a good interest there. That's healthy. It's a good game club. Oh, done the same thing again. I didn't want to. There we go. Let's have a look at this code. Righty. Right, so change the name. That's right. So that is no longer true. It's now MMO network. There we go. I think that's that one done. Looking good. Check me incoming. Yep, that's looking okay. Fantastic. Launch. Fine. Tasks. Fine. Profile. Network. go. Better do this to start with, otherwise I'll forget. Changing all my libraries over. Good time to be doing it, I think, really. And that should do it. That's my network. Done. Fantastic. That's okay there. So, save that. That's your client done. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I was expecting that. Rename. Why can't I rename? Okay. Remove from workspace stuff here. Folder, add folder to workspace. We need you. No, we need you. Add, please. Otherwise, we're just talking rubbish with this. The server needs to go through the same thing. There. So that's done. That's good. Server will also need to just check. Just check. That's okay. Don't need that open anymore. And yeah, I've just realised these are wrong as well, aren't they? Damn it. MMO network, why won't you do that? Oh, of course you won't. It doesn't work that way, Blades. Come on. Yeah. Works that way. Like that. Why can't you find those now? Client. Yeah, you can. You can't find those because they don't exist. I don't know. It doesn't tell me. Typical. Oh well, such is life. So, in the main file. That's right. That's got the word source in it though. Oh god. Alright. I didn't realise I had that inside. Yeah, I know. You'll find that. Why does it jump up there all of a sudden? Don't do that. I'm trying to look through the network, make sure I've got everything right. Bill.bat. Yep, that's okay. The profile is not okay. Debug, we've got it, haven't we? Delete. Anything else changed in here? Okay. That'll do. Okay, we've got the right name now. This is what happens when you decide to change your structure. And this is why they don't do it. It's also why it's important to do it at this stage before you've actually gotten too far into absolutely everything. It also teaches you not to develop ahead of time, as it were. Right, back to the MMO server now. Nothing will work properly in here. Right, yeah, that's correct now. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. That's good news. Right. Okay, I've got to change all these, have I? Right, that's okay. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. Oh, I've done something bad there. I think I have. MMO network. There we go. Copy. Making that a bit longer. That sounds a lot done. Not too bad. Considering what it could have been like. We might have had to do all of them. Right, that says MMO server. Is that okay? Yes, it does. Yeah, that's okay. Good. So the server should be flawless now. Not. There we go. That's what it should be. Now, stop complaining at me. Thank you. It's right. Don't like this now. So that'll have to change. And anything going through that kind of area will have to change as well. Have I used MMO anywhere else? There. So we do have data. So we do have a game state. Oh, that's interesting. Nothing going on in here. You're not correct. You'll be changed in a second. I'm not sure about putting that new in there, but hey ho, we'll find out later on the next rewrite as we go into 3D. I'm actually looking forward to this. I am actually looking forward to it. Looks good. I didn't realise you'd use so much networking on this. Wow. So that's that source all wrong now. Better go back to the network and check on all of that lot. That's a damn nuisance. Core. Yep, you have to do everything, unfortunately. When you change the name of something. That's okay there. That's core done. Network. Oh good, there's only 2 files so far. I'm glad we hadn't got deeper into it. Huh? What's wrong? Oh right, yeah, I see. Namespaces, of course. Silly me. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. Stop sending me up there. Got user.h. You can change. I love this part of programming because I don't actually have to test my memory too much. I haven't even got the keyboard in front of me. It's over there on the side. This is bad news, isn't it? Ah dear. I've even changed the test. What's wrong with that one? Don't know. Right, do shutdown reload. Let's update everything. Come on, Visual Studio. Well, yeah. You lot work. No red tags in here, is there? No, we're fine. That's good news. Right. Alrighty. We're getting somewhere. Things are starting to work again. Yeah. I'm starting to agree with things now. Your profile. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Lovely. You're set up correctly now. Magic. Network is now set up correctly. That's good news. That's make files, blah, 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 blah. Right, server. Start with you down here. Network. Network. Done. Don't have to change it in too many places, just the occasional. Network. Yeah, it's looking good. Application. I've changed all of these now. Any red squiggles? Nope. No, that's okay. Looking good. Oh, forgotten that. Build task. There we go. May as well make the build task say the right name. So that's compiled. The next one that I have done along the way is server. So let's try run build on server. See what I've forgotten. No, it's looking good. Okay, deps don't care. Client. That looks good. Launch and task don't matter. Debug doesn't matter. Source does. What do we use? Oh god. We use quite a lot. How is that working? Should be that. That's how that should work. Why is it not coming up with errors? I bet I've broken it. Huh. How strange. Yeah. I don't know. Is the answer. So networking users. Okay. Networking users. Come here. That one there. So what are you up to then, Berkshire? Yeah. 1373. How's it going? Yeah, right. You drop into chat, say you like my channel and you want to do what? You want me to follow a URL in your profile's picture? Right. Okay. I'm full of stupidity like that. Goodbye. Somebody remind me to ban him from my channel. Go scam somebody else. I'm not interested. I can't see any in there. And it's not giving me red squigglies, which is going to be a problem. Oh, right, that's what I've done then. Yeah. That helps. I'm not calling anything direct. That's why there's no MMOs in this part. I did it properly. In other words. Okay. Applications looking okay. That's looking okay. Looks fine. And all I need then is a profile. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, those are all right. Fantastic. Client. Go, go, go. And if anybody else wants to just jump into the chat randomly and offer me, like, money, please feel free. I won't take you up on it. I'm not interested. Ba, 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 boom. Well, they're off me stupid things like whatever that was. God knows. I don't even know what they're talking about, actually. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm a bit old. Oh, 38 changes later. Oh my God. Restructure, day 9, 38 changes. Wow. So, one of these don't belong to the other. Righty. Okay, let's do client first. Client. Let's make a message up. Alright. I think I better get my keyboard back now. Here we go. So, day 9. What's this? This is updated for new structure, architecture, structure. Project structure. Okay. God, we're doing quite well with this today. We're doing changes galore. I think everything's right, still working. I haven't even checked, have I? Alright, so you done. Paste. You done. And, ooh. I do have a git ignore in here, don't I? Yeah. I'll see what it's doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Not really bothered. There you go. Paste on. It's Christmas in July from ASUS. God. It's going to be one of those days today when I'm going to get stupid messages, isn't it? Delete. Stream summary is ready from this morning. What's that like? Oh, didn't go too badly. Fantastic. Well done me. Well done me. Okay, so these have all changed over. That's good. Right, what else do we got now? We've got 1, 2, 3 here. How many more have we got? Should we have? let's check. Let's just check on Twitchy here. Here we go. Pop you there. Let's have a look. File. Add folder to workspace. What don't we have? We've got you. We don't have you. Thank you. Add. Data. We don't have data. Let's put data in next. Data. Add. So MMO 3D. We got you. It's going to make it very, very complicated for me, isn't it? Well, I didn't say writing an MMO was going to be simple, did I? Oh, bless. So we have 3D, client, data, game rules, no. This is the one I'm interested in, actually, game rules. Okay, game rules, right, okay. GUI, yes. Network, yes. Server, yes. We have everything. Yeah. Let me just open and close that so it can reorder itself and get itself sorted out. It doesn't seem to be able to do the alphabet, this thing. I do believe that DB comes before MMO, but anyway. Okay, how do I get depths to the top? Yeah, stuff it, don't care. Okay. Alright, so we've got a few things going for us now. With these few things, we actually do have some that work, which is fantastic. We have a server, which hasn't been tested now. And that looks as though it could just be working. So let's pop up a client to make sure. Oh, and I know what the problem is now. I worked it out over lunch. The problem is with ownership of addresses. That's what the problem was to this morning's astonishment. So I will fix it on the review, or, well, I've got to go through it all and do a review now. And everything finishes. That's so much better. I don't like the way the server ends, but I think I might just take one last look at it, but not too much. Because I want to get onto the game rules. I want to be able to shoot somebody. Should be able to shoot somebody. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. If we clicked on them to shoot them or something. Do that before 3D or after 3D? I'd have a working game rule before I went on to the 3D, which would then give us data, which at the moment is in network. Oh, did anybody spot that one? Oh dear. So, under MMO network, we actually have strings and a user. Well, the user is data and strings is for 3D. So the first change we're going to have to make is data. We will need a new folder. We're just going to call it data. And what we need to do then is just find the world here, get the user, pick it up and pop it in data. Ding! Move. Just do it. And that breaks our whole program, because now we have to be able to make this. So who am I going to borrow? I will borrow the networks VS Code, please. Copy to there. Paste. Let's start with the VS Code. VS Code is deps include, yep. Yep, that's fine. And the task JSON will be just to build the bat. Oh, okay. And the network bat label, right. This is going to be MMO data, isn't it? Build MMO data, build bat. Okay. So, whoa. Do not save. Am I in the right one? I am. Do save. Double check. That's all I'm doing. Double checking. Oh, I got some coffee left. No. Not a chance. Not a chance. Oh, nice. So we've done that. What else do we need to do to data? Build.bat. That won't change. Copy you into data. And a .pro. Yeah. And that will just go into data. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing built. Oh, debug, yes. Lib, static lib, yep, app bundle, MMO network, no, it's MMO data. Those are the only ones I want. That's all it's got. It's not even buildable, is it? Doesn't even have a CPP file. That's going to be fun. Should leave the test in. Yes. So you two, come here. That's what it's for, actually. Oops, put me in the wrong place. Data, there we go. Paste. Okay, get back to the Pro. Rename it. MMO data.pro. MMO. No, it's not, is it? It's just test. Why have I got that in front of that? Because I put test inside. Ah, right. Okay, we'll do that then. That one isn't needed there. Right, lovely. That's redone. mmodata.pro is now fine. Take me test, put it in data. Move it. Take me test and put it in data. Do not ask me again. Move it. I do love this game. Right, that's okay. That's alright. mmodata, welcome to the terminal. Okay, and that should give us debug. Nothing. Error code 2. Okay. No rule to make mmodata test.cpp, so I've done something wrong. Whoops. Oh, right, yeah. Dope. Dum da dum dum dum. Okay, do we have debug? We do. We have mmodata. Yay! So that's done. So anybody who has used user now has to change over to the new data structure, please. So we can close everything so I know where they all are. Start with the client. Nothing in main. Source. Application. Just close you. We've got 2. Did I put it in world? Not for user. Don't think I have done at this stage. No, I haven't. Those will all work now. Properly. Yeah, that's that side of things sorted out. I can see a little red squiggly. Oh. Oh, yes, of course. You can't include it, can you? And that's because you're the client. Copy. It's pathetic, isn't it? Copy and paste programming at my age. Jesus. Ah, that's why you don't copy and paste. There we go, that's that fixed. You know where you are. So application.h will stop. Stop. Thank you. Stop messing me about. Oh, that's not allowed, is it? It's an include error. Microsoft, get off your high horse. Jesus. You're right. Can you get out of the way then? Thank you. Thank you. You can see it already works better. Networks have networks. Data, user, user data. Yes. Yes, it's already starting to work. Oh my god. It's amazing what happens when you start getting things right. Instead of just shoving all this code onto screen. That's you done. Oh dear. Seriously, I've got to do all this. Yes, I have. Alright, what I'm going to do then... split these off. Like that. Okay. You can tell what I'm going to be doing tonight offline, can't you? Adding all of the other SDKs. MMO network, la, 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 la. I don't know if they're all going to be SDKs. One of them isn't. But data is. 100%. I'll have to decide which ones are going to be applications, aren't it, tonight? God, that's going to be a struggle. Probably end up arguing with myself. Don't need that one again. So you have to go separate. You're going to get a plus. So that's them. To that. Why can't I just do one space? It's not a very good text editor, is it? Depend path. Can I just have another dollar, please? Okay. That'll do me fine. So the client is now hooked up to the network and the data. That's a groovy. That's ace. That's overkill. I don't care. I know it's going to work on Linux because I've got all the Unix stuff in as well. Fantastic. That should say Unix. But hey yo. Let them be on that one, I think, for now. I'll sort that out when I do the Unix side. Client.pro should now compile. Unless I've forgotten something. It compiles. Well, hey, we are on fire today. Server. Let's start at the top then. Right, so we've added data there. Does the server use user? Yes, user uses user on the server user. The user server is a server user. I didn't check. I'm not adding it if I don't have to. I think it does, you know. I've got MMO network there for the user's map, and it is user. God damn you. Not anymore. You're a data. Get back on the bridge with Jean-Luc Picard. So users are going to MMO data, are they? They certainly are. So it's used quite a bit. It's for all these keys and storage thingies, isn't it? Yeah. That'll have to all change. And you had missed one somewhere. I've missed one, I'm sure of it now. There it is. Found it. There's not one above that one, is there? No, there isn't. Not one above that one, no. Okay. Are there any on the initialization? No. 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 That's fantastic. I think we got them. Probably missed one, but we might have got them. So yes, you do need that, is the answer. So we have it. Launch is fine, I think. Yep. Tasks are fine. Yep. H is fine. Yep. That's okay. Server. Same as client. Copy. This is the include path, isn't it? That's that one. V space. Copy. V. That's okay. Network data, yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy. Why's this one got 6? 2, 4, 6. That's correct. Well, I've only got. Did I count this right? 2, 4, 6. That's correct. There we go. Sorted. That's that done. That's that done. We can build the server. Cross fingers. I'm sure I've missed something. Yep, there you go. 20 on application.h. That's MMO data, isn't it? There we go. Sure is. Yeah. Yep, that's right now. I don't care what it says. Built a server. Okay, can't see it. MMO data, world. Oh, we've got world still in there, haven't we? I see. Sorry. My bad. Come out of the world now. You can come and join us on the surface and enjoy yourself. There you go, MMO data. Yeah, that's right now. Can you find it or not? Alright, you just got a IntelliSense error. Can you believe those exist? Yes. I'm trying to do the server. Ooh. Where's that user map? .45. It's quite right. It's there. Any more user maps I've been wrecked? Oh, you just... yeah. Okay. Yay. Does it work? All the changes are now in place. I hope. Let's try it. That was a little bit took a little bit longer than I was happy about there. Client, please. Anybody want to put a client on the screen? Yes, you do. Good. Yes. Look, the server. I'm going to do that. The server logs you off. Good. Everything's happy. And we now have all the parts we need to make an MMO. Fantastic. Right, which parts of these are programs? Which parts of these are SDKs? We've got a client, we've got a server. They are programs. What does the client and the server actually do? Well, the client can be one of these. It's going to have to be this one, isn't it? It's going to have to be the input. So we have this named as the client. Where's my pen? Oh, let's just pull that tablet back up. So here, under input, this is now called the client. So, client. So that's that part. The server is the server. We've got that. So that's that part. So those are the only two we've got. We've got the network structure, which is a part of that. Are we missing something? Are we missing the output? Where's the output going to? client, server, and network. GUI we've got, data we've got, 3D we've got, and rules we've got. So yeah, we've got everything. Except for the game. That's all we've missed. The client, the GUI, needs to be split in two between the client and the game. And that's what I haven't done. So that's the next part. That's awkward. So I need another one of these. Yeah, I'm going to need another one of these, aren't I? Can't use one I've already got. Darn it. Server, client, and game. And there's game rules. So there is an application here. There is output is to the screen in 3D. I think the game goes with the output. Get rid of that. Can't. That's why the game was on top. Yeah, because then the game... Yeah, I know. And I've put the data at the centre now. Which means... Because I wanted the game and the data... the game and the output to merge, don't I? Can they merge? Yes. Just 1 second. Input to server, server to output. Let's just try that. Let's save this out. Open file, no. Save file as project structure 1. You can tell I'm not happy with that. But we have actually got somewhere now, which is remarkable just by itself. So let's get this back on screen now. Let's see if we can get any further. Is that back on screen? Yeah, okay. Alright, so chalkboard. Let's see what I can do here. So what I just said then was... actually, let's look at that. So what I'm looking at is a GUI at the top. Then I'm looking at the game server. And then I'm looking at 3D output. There they are. Those are the 3 definitives. We have a game server. We have a game server, which we can call a client. Let's pull the UI parts out of the client and that'll become a game server. We've got the output, which is currently with the game server again. So what's our network server doing? That's doing the authority. So it's 4 programs. We have a server here as well. Who's got authority? Damn it, the game server. That's the game server. And that has to split into UI and output. So that's GUI and 3D. So that's the one that disappears. Yeah. So we need to split. MMO client. It's going to be an interesting rewrite for the MMO client. Into that one. That one. So that the GUI talks to the game server, which we've got, and the game server then tells the output what the output is. And then of course you can have the external internet over here. This is looking better. That looks a damn sight simpler. Split the client. I'm willing to give that a try. Right, that's a coffee break, I think, because that to me is starting to sink in now. I might be trying it. Let's just pop that back on screen. Now that I've put all of these up, and I know that I want the data, but do I want the data as an application? No, I just want data as functions. So there should be a big block of data down here. Yeah. And then that's it. And then you've got a big block of network down here. Oh my god. I think I've done it. So, where's the pad? So what you would have is literally big block of data. Actually, no, let's get the rubber here. Just clean out this bit. That'll do. So if I put a big block of data here, and then a big block of network here, and then just drew lines across. I think we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do it in 5. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 2 which we can lose. Game rules goes into the game server. That's your merge. Game rules is in here. starting to come together. 3D, MMO 3D is here. Definitely. MMO data is there. That is an SDK, not a program. I've got 3 programs, 2 SDKs. That is already an SDK, or a lib, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, so I'll just call it both. So what do we got? MMO client splits into GUI and 3D. Okay, we've got that done. That actually becomes a client there. So this is the actual client here. MMO server is there. Okay. No, sorry, MMO network is there. MMO server is here. Oh. Right. That's going to take on the game rules. Good one. So, game rules, you can go. You're not needed anymore. Alright. Easy enough to do. Done. Next. So, you're not... You're in here. Right. Network I've got. GUI I've got. That's an MMO. Could be renamed to client, but we've already got an MMO client, so I couldn't. No, I'll call it MMO GUI. Stuff it. That's what it is. Data, we've got 3D. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the client splits down into them. Depths stay the same. Fantastic. Done it. Got the solution. There you go. I've just designed the structure for how to build an MMO. And on that note, I'm going to go and grab a cup of coffee because I damn well earned it. Back in a few minutes, I suppose. There we go. Back in a bit. think I'm all set now. We're all set for the week. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, pen and pencil, pencil, pen, paper. Paper! Whoa, got some. Right, let's try that one. Split the client. Well, split our current client. Into GUI. Oh, hello. Oh, bless. So sorry about that, Nano. I've been talking my way through building a system. I do apologise, but I tend to just phase out. So, shout out to you, mate. Hiya. Good to see you about. Okay. Splitting this down into 3D output. And in the middle we've got the game server. Right. This is going to be structure 2. Game state is the data. Oh my god, it's all coming together. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Don't ask how I do that. Grab me coffee. Righties. Everything builds, everything works, and this is where I destroy it. Good. Let's open a new file. Can we have a save as? And this will be project structure 2. Alright, it usually takes me a couple to get it right, I must admit. Get rid of you. What files do I need? Sort this out later, doesn't matter. So that's client into GUI in 3D. Okay, let's have a look at this client. Client is just an application with a main. Right, well that's not complicated, is it? So we can copy the main over. So main stays the same. So that's copy. GUI in 3D, I said. Paste. So I've got a main there. MMO 3D. Paste. Let's have a look what else we got in client. We've got VS Code files. This is the bit I don't like doing, is the setting up bit. I like doing the coding. I mean, I know I'm a designer by heart, but it's this setup rubbish. It drives me nuts. Don't know what it does to other people, but it drives me nuts. That's got all the includes in it. Networking data, yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, we haven't got source and application in there yet, have we? So, yeah, we can do it that way, can't we? We can just copy it straight over. There's nothing in core, is there? No, delete. So all I need to do then is copy that into 3D. And into GUI. Oh, I'm going to enjoy doing the GUI. I've never done a GUI before. All this time I have only ever crunched data. Never have I ever got around to doing the GUIs properly, except with Qt, where I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Qt GUI system. That was rather groovy, I must admit. We'll need a profile, won't we? So it's going to be Client Pro. Whoa, that's a lot. Copy. MMO GUI. Come here. Paste. And that's that done. Yikes, come here, 3D. Paste. There we go. Bit too bright, that. Okay, start at the bottom with 3D. Alright, it's not going to be a test now. Delete. Delete. That's a good start. Rename. MMO 3D. It should accept that, shouldn't it? I hope. I hope it does. 3D. So that's going to be the output. Let's see if I can clean it up first of all. There we go, that's that. Include parser OK. Libs, I'm not happy with all the STL stuff in here, but we'll leave it for a sec. Source application, main CPP, yeah, that's all the same. Fantastic. I'll leave it alone for now. So that's a good start. Rename. And this is just going to be GUI, isn't it? GUI. In capitals. It's going to be a big GUI. Change it here. I think everything's okay down this end. Yes, it is. The application isn't. The application's full of rubbish. Things I've missed. Tasks. Paste. That's you done. That's alright now. Launch. Paste. Paste. And paste. That's it. That's the 3 I wanted, I think. Yep. This one is 3D, isn't it? So that's an easy one to do. 3D. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. I think that's it. All ready to rock and roll. Right. So now we have to alter the source code that MMO3D only does output. Okay. It's looking good. Not sure about those. Irrelevant. That's all correct. Bob and other Bob. Yeah. Needs a renderer and a window. Yeah, that looks alright. This looks alright for an output. Initialize. It's going to go 3D. That's no longer off the cards. But we're going to have to put 2D/3D for now. Fonts, yeah. We'll keep Bob. Where does Bob hide out? I'll take you and you, and we'll copy them over to you. There we go. Lovely. I'm not certain that we're going to need the TTFs. Right, this is where we have to start making our first decisions about this structure. The TTF font business is UI. It's nothing to do with the game, is it? Okay, let's take this TTF stuff out. So that's that. Still got the window title, yeah. Yeah. Initializing addresses. Do we need to? I don't think so. Right, we'll come back to that. Send data to log on. We're going to have a different message type, aren't we, for GUI? Can't be a magic number 5 anymore. Well, no, we shouldn't be logging on at all. Okay. We should only be responding to messages that we are sent direct. So this has to be changed now. Block comment, please. Change the following to resemble the server receiving only. So that's all it's ever going to do. It will never communicate back. It can only receive communications, it can't send them. That's rule 1. So I'll put that in as well. Can't send via network. Can only receive and listen. That's its job. So that's got to change. Okay, so we initialize up. How much of our initialization is to do with that? None. None. Got this UDP net stuff up here. So I think we will have to do something with the UDP network, but I don't think it's going to be sending out. So this is literally going to receive data and put it on the screen. That's all it's going to do. So it just has to receive an instruction or a set of instructions. That's its job. Makes it a rather simple program. A lot easier than it was about 30 minutes ago when it had to do everything. Executing the app. Event. Poll. I'm not sure we need SDL at all. Why would we want to poll events? We don't. Well, that was easy. Num users. Irrelevant. But I'll keep it for now. Because it's not totally relevant. Frame starts, performance. Yeah, we're going to get rid of all of that. Right, I'm going to look at the timers first. I want the performance counter. Oh, is that why we poll the events? To close the window? Oh my god. Alright then. We'll keep it. So every 30 milliseconds we check. Keyboard status has got nothing to do with us. Get rid of it. Send data every 30 milliseconds. No, we're not sending data, we're receiving. Data timer is redundant for that bit there. Whoa, 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 whoa. But it's not redundant for the bit above. Alright, so you don't do any of that. Receive data every frame. Yes, we do. Current game state from server. This is stuff we want. Message type 5, connected to the server. We're not going to be using connected to the server. Or message type 5. We don't care for that. We're not logging on. Create GUI update every 1 second. Let's not do that. Alright. Let's just not. Ah dear. Render clear, create and render other users. Create Bob. Messages. No, we're not doing messages. So you lot can go. Excellent. Clean up. Destroy texture, don't need to. Okay, performance time, yeah, I know what we want that for. I need data time, what about delta? I don't think we need it anymore, I just deleted that, didn't I? There's data timer. Delta time doesn't exist anymore. I was using that for updating the message to the window. That goes. That's right. So that is now that. There's no need for two variables. Frame total is no longer there. Oh, there you go. That's that sorted. Right. Precision timer. Do I still need a performance and precision timer here? No, because that's what we're using to print out, to get rid of. Anything to do with precision times can now go. So U3, die. U2 die. Don't want you anymore. Deltas, dead. So we've only got the correct number of timers now. Yeah, I need a storage system for these. Yeah, we're getting it. It's called 3D. It's called a graphics card. Ah, bless. Yeah. I think we're okay now. Need to do checks. And create an int. Less than. Right. Okay. It's got to go from 0 to less than, because that's how SDL works. So let's do it. Do I want to do it here? No. That's a lot of initialization going on here for no reason whatsoever. Why is it doing it here? All of that will go with 3D. So we can split that off. And say change to 3D. This is going well, this. So all we actually do is create a window, a renderer which we don't need. Or we won't need, should I say, eventually. Okay. So nothing else matters, only that one there. So it's int has initialized equals that. Put capital I for it, I think. There we go. That's you put in. That line gets taken out, because that's what it means. God, this is easy. I love refactoring. What am I going to do about this one now? Because we're now not listening. So I've addressed that change at the top. Can't address that change yet. Need to look inside the MMO server and see how we're doing over there. The MMO server, how is it handling its UDP? UDP-net. Okay, we've got one of them. It does SDL. It then uses MUDP to set up its initialization and then returns initialized. Okay. The what? Don't we already have these lines? If has initialized equals 0 MUDP-net. But it says on it who it wants to receive from, not who it wants to receive to. Ah, crafty. Alrighty. So you can move down one line. UDP-net, right, okay. Twitch. Antiware is now following you on Twitch. Thank you, Antiware. Shout out to you, mate. And Ike Pablo. Or Ike Pablo? Ice Pablo? I'm never going to get people's names right, am I? Oh, God. That's going to be funny. Do I have to get... Is it a requirement of Twitch that I have to get people's names right? Because if it is, I'm going to fail miserably. I really do appreciate the following, though. Thank you very much to both of you. It actually makes me want to carry on and actually write this MMO. Now I've got a structure for it. It's going to be so much easier. It's untrue because half of the 3D stuff I've done. It's all on me YouTube page. Look it up, Amber Skies. Just look up Amber Skies C++. You'll see all the 3D laid out in front of you. Loads of it. There's different courses on how to get 3D in one ear and out the other. It's quite a bit of work has gone into that. Oh, it's not it. If Godfathers. You see what you done to me? You flustered me. No. Has initialized. Then UDP initialize, and it's going to be 0. No, it's not. It's going to be 2020. How about that? There we go. It's got its own port. Simple way of doing it, isn't it? The server is this year, and the 3D is next year, which is probably when I'll get it finished. Especially at this rate. And that's it, isn't it, for this? That can now return. Yeah, return has initialized. Lovely. We don't need the rest. So that's been done. Which means those two lines are no longer commented because they've been done, because now it can't do what I want, well, thought it was going to be able to do. That's going to have to become a bigger message. And block that off. To there. What we're left with then is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And possibly an initialization in here for the 3D stuff, which will be initialized 3D. Or initialize MMO 3D. There we go. I think we've done well on the initialization. Okay. So all we need to do now is when we send back is to put it on the right port. God, I can't remember how to do that. Is it I to N? Good God, that's going back a bit. I'll have to look that one up. Good God. It's still so different on Windows than it is from Linux, so there must be an SDL way. I will work that out. That'll be interesting. Right, thank you for that. We can get rid of you. That's your server source. Thank you for your help. How's it initialized? Yes, we're initializing that for receiving only. So I'll actually put it here. m_udpnet initialized for receiving only. There we go. Execute the app. That comes through now as a proper dependency. We have an has initialized now, which works and is used. That now means something. That now means something. Good. Don't need anything else different there. I think we're nearly done this one. Event. Data timer. Yeah, that's good. So here we receive messages. That'll be fine. Because we don't care who it's from. All we want to know is the raw data. The raw data type. If message is 2, that's the standard message we should get. There should not be any other type of message. We should not get any other except for 2 at this stage. That's the only message we should get. So it's an if statement. Excellent. Render all. Create and render other users if needed. We are actually doing that, aren't we? Yes, we are. Plummy neck. This is good. This works. This works. This works. Clean up in time. That works. We cleaned it all up. Wow. This is going to get destroyed in size. Absolutely destroyed. Now this means something, this 0. Has initialized and means something. We can do something now. Okay. If initialized is equal to true, no, 0, and do that lot. Except for the TTF stuff, we don't want you. We want Bob and the window and a renderer. We don't want TTF at all. Okay. Looks good. Right, there is going to be a bit of awkwardness in that lot, but anyway, that's... yeah, okay. That's fine as far as it goes. For now. Again, will change. I'm not sure how much of this SDL stuff we really need. Damn, we do need it because we've still got the network, haven't we? And the window. So SDL is going to control incoming data and the window. All the rendering and textures is going to OpenGL. So that'll all disappear. And that send data and shutdown will remain. So that split is in the wrong place. Alright, so that will be kept at the bottom, that will be kept to the top, this will go to OpenGL. Yeah. When we go 3D. Yeah, blah blah, yeah. Fantastic. There's a lot of big gaps opening up now. I like that part. I think that will work. Will it compile is more the question. MMO 3D, will that compile? Did I include everything properly? There's a question, isn't it? Address, users, UDPnet, yeah, Bob. Font default we don't have. Vector string IO stream. Who's using a vector? Does anybody know? Who's using a string? Oh well. Yeah, that may need cleaning. Because it's in the wrong order anyway. These should be at the bottom, not halfway through. We're not sure about those three. IO stream, string and vector. Why are we not sure about them? IO stream is for printing out. Oh, good, we got rid of one. Woohoo! Yeah. Right, who's using what in here? Nothing. Surface. UDP. SDL. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. uint8s. That's an interesting way of doing it. I'll look into that. Those 2 lines. Not sure why the 2 lines. I know it's types of data, but is it not dereferenceable? We get the address and then take the data out of it. Okay, that's fine. Current game state for the server uses, that looks like an array to me. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. I wonder why I've got all that stuff in there. There's absolutely nothing in there. And that's typical about programming. Why does it happen? Give it a second or two to start shouting, crying and stamping its feet. We don't need TTF anymore. At all. We only want the network and the window. Okay, I'm starting to agree with it a bit more. Anybody crying in here? Because they haven't got the right header file? Failed to launch. Do we have a build.bat? Probably not. Ah, dear, copy. Come back here, you slave. Oh dear. Let's try that again. 3D. Debug MMO 3D exe. That one. Should have its own window. Didn't do anything. Interesting. Must have failed on something. I don't see a window anywhere. Nope, went straight through. Oh, right. Alright, I'll look into that later. But that's that part done. God, how many of these we got open? Yeah, so that's my ideas for that one. I'll have to get, I need to go through that literally bit by bit, but I don't need them anymore. Alright, that's looking better. Hell, I'm happy about that. I think that's roughly about that one, nearly done. That one's closer. And the other one would be the GUI. In the GUI, we now have a main that does the right thing. We have a source code, which does the same thing as before. This time it only needs to send. It doesn't need to receive. interesting turnaround. But this doesn't need anything to do with Bob. It still needs a window. It still needs to render. It wants to render its TTF font. But Bob's got nothing to do with it. Bye, Bob. And other Bob. How many users and other users? Doesn't need it, does it? No, it's not rendering anybody. It's not users, this is the GUI. IP address, yeah, I think we need that. Okay, that's just wrecked that lot. We don't need users at all. I'm not sure if we need these three. So we'll just line toggle them straight away after the last episode. So we just need SDL, TTF, network, and that's it. Yay! Sounds about good. Sounds pretty good to me. So let's just pop you done. Okay, GUI. Come and meet your maker. Ooh, that's a lot. Other user UDPnet. No. Stop it, you, shall we? Get rid of you two. Get rid of you two. There we go. Get rid of that line. Empty. Good. That's right. Initialize app. Wonder why that's SDL init video. Interesting. It's correct, but interesting. Loading Bob. No, thank you. We don't want Bob, or the other Bob, or any kind of Bob. Okay, we want to send, so that's how you set up a send, and log on. Yes, that's what we want to do. Lovely. So that's initialize. And it returns 0. So we need to have an int. Has initialized equal to SDL init video. That's correct? Yes. If that is true, then we do the rest. If has initialized is equal to 0. I hope I'm right on this. I have no idea. I'm not even checking. And I should, because it's only here to check. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Then we'll do the rest of this stuff. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right. Log on, that's correct. And then we close the braces. That's correct. Has initialized. There we go. That now works. That now has meaning. is running equals true, because int has initialized equals whatever we receive. If it's less than 0, is running equals false. Number of users. We don't care. It's one, it's us. It's our UI. Get off it. Right, that's lovely. SDL event, yes, we need it. Okay, I don't know about those timers yet. Ah, sprintf, where does that come from? IOStream. Or string? Good question. Glad I asked. Oh, let's see now. That'll work. We don't have any well, we are the user. Is the user ready? Yeah. Ah. There's a problem. Solve it later. Check input every 13 milliseconds. Fine. As long as it doesn't do it the first time it comes through here, we're fine. Got to make sure that data timer doesn't set off too early. Now data time starts at 0. Okay, looking good, looking good. Looking brilliant. I'm not sure that'll work. Don't mind. Continue, yeah, that comes out. Yeah, right. Keyboard, that's what we're here for. We're doing the input. Send data, yes. We want to do that. Receive data every frame. No, we don't want to do that. If message type is 2, who cares? Not my problem. Where's that if statement go to there? Bye. Log on information from server. No thanks. Nobody's looking at that now except for the server. So currently we don't have any way to know whether we logged on or not. Cute. We'll have to sort something out there. Put a note here. Nobody is checking if we logged on. Create GUI, update every 1 second. Yeah, we can do that. Render all. Create and render other users. No. Bob? No. Text, yes. Render text. Render copy. Blah de blah, destroy text. Correct. Frame end. Performance timer is used. Delta timer is used. Who isn't used? Data timer. Data timer. Is that not up at the top? So all of them are used. Oh, that's interesting. GUIs are slightly more complicated than render, as it sounds like. But this is still rendering, remember, a GUI, which we're going to turn 3D. We're going to have a 3D GUI. Yeah, just for kicks. Just for giggles. Why not? Make my life hell. It'll be fun. Destroy the text. Yeah. Frame totals. Yeah. We do it that way because we need that to be used twice. Yeah, that's okay. Return. Shutdown app initialized. Yeah, that's okay. Shutdown. Oh, God. Sorry, but Bob left the building. Goodbye. That's okay. Yeah, that's alright. That's fine. Looks like that works. Interesting. I know why the other one won't work. It's because it relies on a logon sequence and a return character from the server, which it's never going to get. Or do. And this is now the same. So these cannot work, but they can still be compiled. I think I'm right now. Yeah, I am right there. Okay, I'm pretty close to being happy. Oh, look. How little we need. There we go, that's better. Done. Everything that I can read there. Yes, we need an IP address on this side, don't we? Because we're sending, that's right. We need an IP address to send to because it's a static send to. And you're going to find out that the main code within the server will now have to duplicate that bit of code as well. We'll have to add it to the middle section. So, how well did I do at run build task GUI? Is it? Yes, it is. Failed to launch. GUI? Where are you? What happened to your bat file? What's going on here with bat files? Why do they keep disappearing? Copy. GUI. Paste. There's my batch file. Right. Shut up about your batch files. I don't know. GUI build, you person. There you go. It built. It works. No point in trying to run it because it won't. Well, actually, there is a good point in trying to run it. See if it does. Should just run straight through. Might even put a graphic on the screen if we're lucky, but I doubt it. There you go. Exactly the same as before. Exited with code 0. During the startup program, yeah, it's because it closed down before you could get to open your GDB, mate. I know why it is. That's it. It works. That's fantastic. So we have now successfully split the client, which is all of this lot. Ooh, fonts. Copy to GUI. Right, you've got fonts now. You might be happier if you've got fonts. Models should be with 3D. Who hasn't got models? Okay, let's just have a look at this again. Model. Nope, haven't got it. Right, you've got model. Good. GUI. You've got fonts. Data. You've got data. Good. Network. You've got network. That's good. Server has source. Ah, well, you just have to be different, don't you, server? And client has, well, nothing really. New file, new folder. Nope. Done. So that's that done. Is there a save all? Thank you. As we can now happily go over to Twitch and say, sorry, we don't have a client anymore. Delete. Done. And that's it. I think we now have the start of a 3D network. We have a GUI. We have a server with a network. We have data. And we have a 3D renderer. Could rename that, couldn't I? Call it render 3D. What can we call it? We'll think about that. We've got to give it a name. MMO 3D. No. Display. Fantastic. Why can't I rename on here? Oh, that's weird. Paste, copy path, yeah. You can't, where's it? No, it's Microsoft, you can't rename them. I remember. It's the same in Visual Studio. Did you know that Microsoft doesn't know how to rename a folder? Did you not know that? This is actually official. You go back over all the Visual Studios and find out when was the last time you could rename a folder. It's not there. I've got to remove it, rename it, and then reapply it. No, it'll do. I've got to the stage now where it'll do. So, any ideas? Anybody want any input? Do you want any questions? Do you want to do a questions and answers session or something? I mean, I'm quite happy to stay on and do more. But if you want to know what I'm doing, I am now attempting to get this MMO off the ground. If we load, is that load? Open file. Using struct2. That one. So we have data, which is accessible by anybody. We have a network, which is accessible by anybody. And what we have is a client, the GUI, sending data to a game server. And in turn, the game server saying, hey, output the data, would you? And MMO 3D is going to just render out the data. And all this is going to rely on something called data. And the data equals... Let's just get a pen. Oh gosh, that's a horrible place to have it. Data equals game state. There we go. That's why I want to do it this way. So we're making the data manageable at any point. Well, I don't think the GUI is going to be accessing the same set of data as the game server. The GUI is going to be accessing a set of data that represents things that can be placed on the screen, like buttons, 3D buttons this time. I'm going to have to get working on that, aren't I? So I'm going to have to make some 3D stuff now. God darn it. And put it in the data files. Start making 3D data files. We'll do OBJs. We'll use OBJs for that. 3D, yeah. So we'll use .obj files, Blender. If you want to know if you need to download anything, go download Blender. Good program. Have I actually got it on here? Well, there's my answer. Wow. Whoa, Neddy. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to have fun trying to get that minimised. Yikes, yes, I've got Blender. Somehow I've got to grab hold of that and get hold of it again. Does it just drag downwards? Ah, yes, it will. Ooh. Okay, now I can get to the bottom right corner. Yeah, so we have Blender. So we're going to have to draw some 3D stuff in here and save it out as OBJ files and then load them up. If anybody wants to know about OBJ files and how I approach them by using the wiki page. Yeah, that was a shock, yeah. What I did was I copied out the wiki page into a file and then made structures out of each part. So it'll be in here. I'll show you for a heads up what's going to happen very, very soon. It will be in my workspace under development. I think module 1. Source. Shaders, OBJ structure. There you go. Visual Studio Code, please. Okay. So what I did is literally I copy and pasted the wiki. So this is what it says on the wiki, and then all I did was go down the wiki, and every time it came up with something like a V, I made it into a struct. Then it came up with a VT. I made it into a struct. It then came up with VN. I made it into a struct. And I did it for every single parameter. And this one included face element. So everything is in a struct. Line element, it's a struct. Material file names, used material, object name, group name. It's all in there. It's all in there. Every single last bit of it. Diffuse spectacular. I think that's, yeah, that's the next part. That's the MTL file, isn't it? Yeah. So I even did the MTL file as well. And that's exactly what it says on the wiki. So it goes through the MTL file. Some of these I still don't know what they mean. And this last bit in the wiki, it just says optional. And I've never seen the parameters, so I haven't done them. And that's how I got all my structures. 3 days took me to do that lot. I wasn't overly thrilled by the end of the 3rd day, but hey ho. What the heck, I've got it for life. I've got it saved here, I've got it saved in files on my other machine, I've got it saved on my server, and if anybody wants a copy of it, you can have a copy of it. Read the wiki, and you can read it side by side with that file, word for word, and you will see where I've put the structures every single time. And you'll find out that it's an exact copy of the wiki for an OBJ file. So that's how I did that. Reading the files is child's play, really. But there's something else that's nagging me in the back of my mind. I'm not going to go through doing that here. And it's something that you as the audience, as the viewers, have a big say in. One, do you want me to change anything in this kind of idea? Is it too complicated? Do you want me to simplify it out? Do you want me to draw it better? Don't ask me to draw it better. I don't do the art side. Is there any part you want to see first? Is it the 3D side that you're more interested in? Is it the game rules you're more interested in? Do you want to learn about GUIs and how to set up GUIs? Because I haven't got a clue right now. Until I start writing the GUI, I won't know. How to manage data. Now, the first person that comes to me and says, are you going to be using MySQL, Oracle databases? I'm just going to say, which decade are you living in? Or have you not heard of SSDs? We don't have disk drives anymore. We have solid-state drives. All data is held in memory. Even if that memory is persistent, you don't need Oracle. The days of Oracle are dead and gone. Sorry, Oracle. It's not a rant, it's the truth. And there's no rant there. It's just a sad fact. So no, I will not be using MySQL or Oracle for my database, nor will I be using any of Microsoft's wonderful devices for databasing. And no, I will not be using anybody else's wonderful devices for databases. I will save my data to an SSD. Logic of data sharing access between players. Oh, right, okay. Oh, hiya, Plexen. Oh, I can't say your name, but... Oh, no, yeah, yes, I can. Smoked Coda. Yes, I am allowed to say it that way. I thought that was an R for a minute and not a D. So, Smoked Coda, hiya. I'm not doing so bad, actually. I've had an ace day. I've gone from total rubbish, garbage code to the beginnings of possibly a project. Nanohard. Yes, you well may be. Are you doing network as in web? Web networking? Because if you're learning Golang, then I would suggest don't use it for much more than internet web pages. And if you're interested in the logic of data sharing access between players, there isn't any. You don't share the data ever between players. You can copy data between players, but you can never share. Be careful with that. Never let one player's data be given to another player. Because if that first player is ripping your system to pieces and hacking you left, right and sideways, and he then passes that data onto a second player, you are liable as the person that wrote the software. You become liable for that transaction. Never do that. Make the player store it, save it, copy it out, put it in a bank vault, do something with the item if he's going to rip somebody off with it. Do something with that item which entails that a copy of it is saved irrevocably onto the server and the system. And that way, the player can't rip the player off. As soon as he initializes the transaction is then held in state by the server, not by either player. Either player pressing that button saying OK is null and void. You just watch some of the rip-offs that go on, and my God. No, you put a timer on it, mate. The server runs at one time only. It accepts both clicks, and it must accept both clicks at the same time. The transaction cannot go ahead without two people clicking. It doesn't matter how long it takes to get from the GUI up here at the top, through the intermediate server and game rules, to the central server and world. Whatever latency is there doesn't matter. There isn't any. The whole game state is played in latency. It has to be by design. So the GUI and here has latency, but with it all being on the same machine, it's not very much. It's less than it's about a millisecond actually. So you don't notice it too much. But when you are getting information in from the outside, your game rule server slows down to whatever speed is going in and out, which means that your client to 3D output goes to that speed, and your output is then becomes relative to the speed of the external servers, not your throughput. When you send something out, you will be under that latency. The servers know this. So when two people push buttons to say OK, it doesn't matter when they push it. One could push it today, one could push it, the other person can press it tomorrow. But if the state of both buttons goes OK, and they are checked on the server, and they are checked in 3 days' time, and they are still OK together, then it can go ahead. It doesn't matter when the final check happens, as long as it's after both buttons, or the effect of both buttons being pressed, has been logged and registered with the server. And that's the trick. Until that point, you either, one player has to press cancel to get their goods back and cancel the trade, or the trade items stay in suspense. They are owned by the server at that point, and the server will not let go until both buttons say yes at exactly the same time, the same millisecond. Try beating that system. You can't. And if you act responsibly as a programmer and you know there's latency, which you obviously do, you're not daft, then that's how you do it. If you have a look at what I've got here, I haven't got any threads. Yet how many threads will I be using? The answer's 6, 7, 8, 10. It's a 10-thread system. I'm lucky. I've got 12. 24 actually. I think I've got 24. Can't remember now. Bugger. Typically me. Don't even know how many threads I've got on this system, you know. And I bet it doesn't tell us. No. Doesn't. Ah, threads. It says 2376. That's not how many I can use. Don't worry about that. I can only do, I think, 24 at a time. Maybe only a few. Oh, 12. With 6 cores. So 12 threads. Okay. This is from NanoHard. Thanks, that makes sense. Another point on the subject would be showing one player's location on another player's screen. But I suppose I can Google that. No, don't. Showing somebody on the same screen. I can do it here for you now. Oh, no, I can't, because I'd have to regress this back to that crappy version. No, sorry, I was about to do that. Is there any latency? No. The answer is yes, of course there is, but that latency is shared by both parties. Both parties are on the screen with the same latencies. When you see World of Warcraft, we may as well talk about an MMO. Let's talk about World of Warcraft. It's the biggest one ever. Everybody knows it. Every single player that you see in World of Warcraft is in the past. they have already taken another action by the time you have seen the action that you can see currently. Now keep that in mind. What are they reacting to? Something that happened half a second ago, maybe a second ago. Quick reactions, 20 milliseconds. Watch what I've done in here. Where are we? So under server, source, application, what I've done is timers. You can see them: start, end, delta, broadcaster. So that broadcaster timer, okay, when everybody gets the information, broadcast to all users every 20 milliseconds. Now if you're running a game at 60 frames per second, you're going to get the information every 1, maybe 2 frames. No player movement is done by the server. So this is a server. It works out where all the players are, which is here. Okay. And every 20 milliseconds it pushes that data out to every single individual client. Every 20 milliseconds. So every single client knows exactly where every person is at that slice of time. If they miss receiving it, they'll get the next one, we hope. Otherwise, they get something called lag. If they keep missing these updates. I've set it to 20 milliseconds. Why? Because I wanted a slow one. I wanted to see how much lag I could create. And if we look just before it, yeah, I've got a 10 millisecond delay shoved in there just for the sheer great funds. Yeah, this is actually a fantastic example of how it should be done. I've watched people do this where, I've got to look at this goddamn switch now. Yuck, spit, gah. This switch is going, by the way, in the final version. It's going out the window so fast. Right, you look at this switch. What people are tempting to do when they're building a server is, oh, case 0, user logged off. Tell everybody else that the user logged off. And then log it on the system that the user logged off. No, just tell your system that the user logged off and carry on, please. Case 2. User sends in the information for forwards, backwards, right or left. You see, the user doesn't have any location stored for them. They can only tell you which direction they're going. So a key press, forwards, backwards, right or left. You use that to calculate where they go to. Okay, so now I calculated their forwards, left, line, user's position X, Y, Z, or X and Y in this case. And that gets broadcasted every 20 milliseconds. But lots of people are very tempted and will broadcast at this point here where I put break. They go on to broadcast to everybody, oh, this character's moved, and then you've got your lag problem. That's where you're thinking. You're thinking of a situation where somebody moves and the information is sent. Well, it isn't. Somebody moves and the server registers the movement and stores that information, in this case in a map. I've used a map, have I? Yeah, user key and user map system. So all of that information just gets stuffed into this map, and then on the broadcast I just go through each player, telling them where they are, and if there's more than one player, for each other player in the map, I'll give them their information as well, so they get their X and Y position. So that's that, and you build up your data from that. So as you can see, the data builds up. 0 goes to 9, goes to 10, goes to 14, then goes to 14 plus 8, and then 14 plus 8 plus 8, if you see what I mean. But that a whole long line of data is flooded out at that point. Flooded out. Not all the data will make it. So, It'll hopefully make it in the next slice or the next slice. By the way, a full server would be pumping this out every 1 or 2 milliseconds maybe. But I've only got a home thingy that's stuck under the desk. It's not very good. I mean, I can possibly get away with 15 players. On an MMO, I would max out at 15 players on my server. But that's how MMOs work. Everything is registered. Here we are, snip and sketch. So here on your game server, every client comes in, is registered. If you're using an external server, it is registered at the external server. The external server then publishes the information. It comes back through here, goes into your data and onto your output screen. Your data changes, so it goes into there and there. It doesn't flow through. Your data doesn't flow through and change. Your data has to take a latency check. But if you're not online, obviously it just goes straight through and you've got a fantastic game. But if I was selling an online MMO, I wouldn't say, oh, but I'm going to upkeep my service for the next 10 years, because I know that financially that's not going to be the case. At some point, people are not going to want to play the game, and interest will fall off to a point where I can't afford to keep the servers open, and they'll close, and then nobody can play the game. But hold on a minute, I've got the game server here, so they can carry on playing the game. They can then put their own server out there, and other people can then join into there. They just take a copy of this, put it onto an external server, and then people can log into that using their client to client, and then you've got 2 clients into a game server and an MMO coming out of it. So people actually get a full system, and the software companies today will not sell you the full system. They will sell you the client. Yeah. Thanks, software companies. That's what I'm fighting against. I'm trying to prove that this can be done by one single person in an amount of time that is not going to cause me to die young. But there we go. Any other questions? Anything else? Oh, my back's coming back together now. So yeah, how long does it take me to get all the information together and get to this stage of where I can build the foundations of an MMO? 1 second. My birthday was last Tuesday, wasn't it? Or was it Monday? Can't remember now. It was last week anyway. So that is, oh God, 40 years and 6 months, roughly. 40 years and 6 months to get to that picture on the screen in front of you, and that code in here, in the correct order, in the right place. What I know to carry on is amazing. You're going to be completely amazed, but I am going to carry on. I am definitely going to carry on. I love this idea of your latency theories. Did you know the average latency on the internet is 29 milliseconds? Did you know? It's not a lot, is it? That's across the world. Who's travelling faster than the speed of light? Who? To get the messages going that fast? Interesting question. How long does it take the speed of light to get around the planet once? Somebody, can we Google that? I don't know. I'm past caring. But if that is less than 29 milliseconds, then we have lag. If it's more than 29 milliseconds, I want to know who's going faster than the speed of light and how. Because I haven't been able to make it more than 29 milliseconds. On a closed system circuit like this, it's about 1, maybe 2. No, 1 millisecond max, really. Because it doesn't actually go out to the internet. It goes onto a closed loop system, which never actually goes out. Your router routes it straight back and then tells your system to do it internally. a layer is then produced within your system. The information never goes out your computer. So 127.1.1.0 is a way of talking to yourself, literally without the information going outside the computer, which is zero latency. 30 milliseconds, really? Oh my god. Take care, Nanahard. Good luck at work. 30 milliseconds for your card. It has slowed down in these years. Oh well. So I'm going to get off, peeps. I'm going to let you all go get something to eat, have your tea, dinner, whatever, and enjoy your evenings. And I'll be back tomorrow to create something real. I want to start exploring a little bit tomorrow, I think. So it's going to be interesting. I want to start exploring. I'll start at the start and work my way through to the end. I think that's the easiest way of doing things. So I'd like you all to take care. Keep searching and delving into the mysteries of computing. And have fun.